Okay. So I'll probably have it with the battery door closed and the battery out. So remember that shiny positive side goes on top and the ridge goes at the bottom. So when you open it, there's the ridge. So the ridge goes towards the ridge and that shiny side goes on top, the smooth side. And then just to remind you, the O is for off and the M is for microphone to turn it on. And then the volume control, it starts at 1 for the softest and 4 for the loudest. And I was telling them they may want to start it on 4 right away when you put the battery in the hearing aid, because then you won't forget to turn it on full on gain for the OSPL 90. And then you want to connect the hearing aid to the coupler. And like I was saying, we may ask you, so what type of coupler would you use for a BTE? What type of coupler would you use for a custom hearing aid? So those might be some questions we ask you as you're doing this. Okay, so I got it on there now. And then I'm going to go to the computer and I want to do the ANSI S3.22 2003 measure.
Is that me?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Alright.
Edit this out of the video.
It'll be in the video. And then you take your dummy microphone and put it in the coupler. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Nothing happened. We're good. And you want the microphone of the hearing aid to be right in the center of the circle. And then you want to put this reference microphone, this is coming off, so I'm going to twist it so it's on all the way. You want to put that pretty close to the hearing aid. I might actually go from this angle that might not make it twist. If it twists, you could just also get a piece of putty. Just putty it in place so it doesn't move. Probably be the easiest way to do it. So then once you do that, you just want to close the lid.
And the hearing aid is off?
It's off right now, yep.
Okay.
And then you want to just go over to your screen and press the level button right here. It'll say leveling. And it should say leveled. And then you come back in and then this is where you swap. So you just hold this in place, take the dummy out, move the reference microphone, just put that right where it was. Put this here, and then turn your hearing aid on. I moved it a little bit, that's okay. And then just close the lid again. And then you'll want to change it to linear because it is a linear hearing aid. And that's really all that you have to do, and then you just press start. Okay, so right now it's the target is 40 and it's 54 is what it's measuring, so you want to come in and then just turn the volume down. So I'm just going to turn the wheel a little bit here. Whoops. So it was on 4. Okay, that's pretty good. So now it's about on 3. And if I close the lid, it's off a little bit, so I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. I want to try to get it in with about 2 dB if you can. Oh, I'm turning it down.
Wait, so what was the volume originally?
It originally was on 4, so the full-on gain for the OSPL 90, and now you're turning it down for the reference, and that's pretty close. It's 38.2, so I would say you're good. So then you can just hit start. So you'll start with it on full-on gain all the way on 4, and then you'll turn it down to about 3 or 2 for the reference test gain when it's so it matches as close as possible to that. And then that's it, and then we'll take a picture of this, and then we might just ask you questions like I was saying in the other room, like what's the ANSI standard for compliance for total harmonic distortion, which is 3%, or what is equivalent endpoint noise measure, what does OSPL 90 measure, so just different questions like that. That's pretty much it. Do you guys have any questions?
So for the OSPL 90 curve, you automatically have it up on 4. You run the curve and then you automatically go in and change it to about half to match the reference test gain target.
Yep.
And then you just press start again, and then it'll know that it's the R, like the reference test gain curve.
It will. Yep.
Okay.
That you've set it up, and then it's okay to measure it. Yep.
Okay. So then we just look over here at the total harmonic distortion.
Which it looks really good. There's no, they're all below 3, which is nice.
Okay.
and equivalent input noise. So the only way you could tell if it was within specs is if we had like a sheet.
A sheet.
But I don't think we're gonna do that.
Okay.
I think we're just gonna more or less ask you just questions like what is EIN, what is the reference test gain measuring, things like that.
And the EIN is
Yeah, and it's measuring the internal noise of the hearing aid.
and then the reference test gain is like daily listening.
Yep, everyday listening. And don't quote me on this, but because I have to look it up because I feel like I might be saying it wrong. But I think it's daily listening situation at 65 dB SPL. I remember that, and I think it's at 1 meter listening distance. I'm pretty sure it's 1 meter, but you look that up. I think it's 1 meter though.
And the OSPL 90 is how it behaves in a really loud environment.
Yeah, like when you're pushing it to the point of saturation and seeing how the hearing aid handles it. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Any other questions?
No.
You feel pretty comfortable?
Yeah. And then
Like
there
scared?
will be study guides.
There will be a study guide, yes.
Okay.
Yes, there will.